Namaste, Jai Shri Ram, and welcome to the Iowa channel. Money.
Good morning, Avi. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. Thanks. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining the session. Oneness in astrology and spirituality. I thank you for your time. What's your question this morning?
Okay, so my question is, what comes up in the TikTok lives, and also in the build-up of one of the questions we had discussed in the podcast. People come in and they ask questions like, "When will I meet my knight in shining armor? When will I meet my person or the person for me?" Um, and people are always seeking like an answer or the be all and end all to um, what they want in life, or the partner that they want to meet. So, from your awareness and your understanding, how would you approach that when it comes to people who ask such a question?
It's another brilliant question, which I think needs to be aired out more often. Such an answer of mine needs to spread across like wildfire. Let me answer this question, and I find a lot of delight in answering such a question because this will break a lot of people's misconception on what a life partner is and is it really one.
Mhm.
Look, firstly,
Mhm.
there is no such thing as my knight in shining armor. There's no such thing as that somebody is going to come and save me and pick me up and put me in a horse and take me away. This is limiting beliefs. My, my answer to such a person, which happens all the time, every day, I get such questions thrown in my table, in my sessions, in readings. There is no special somebody that's waiting for you. You attract
Mhm.
what you are. If you are a two, you will attract a two. You might you might attract an eight, but they will be reduced to a two, depending on that person's spiritual processes. In most cases, this person will be reduced to a two. It's very difficult in most cases for such a person who's a two to climb up to an eight. Most people do not want this. If you look at today's world, everybody wants to remain as they are, thinking that if I remain as I am, some God is going to send somebody to me. I pray, I fast, I do all of these things. I do abstinence, I do yoga, I do all of these things, and God is going to see all my efforts and send somebody to me. That will never happen. Even if somebody is sent to you, this is from past life karma. This is not because some God sent you. Well, it is the God. The science of it is the God, but you've actually attracted that in your previous life based on your reverberation. It's just
Mm.
balancing it off. You attract what you are. If you think that you can remain in a low vibrational dimension, and you got somebody who is vibrating a bit high, you see a lot of people trying to manipulate such a person with manipulative tactics, and this is all low
Mm.
vibration. And such a person, over a considerable period of time, they become like this, and it's very hard to change. And such a person, the relationships don't last. In the
Mm.
beginning, it's there for intimacy and all. It's there. The person will stay, depending on his or her vibration. They will stay in the relationship. But after that, they realize, okay, this is not for the long time. This is for the short time, and they up and leave. And then it leaves you thinking, okay, wait a minute. I thought this was my knight in shining armor. I thought this was my true person.
Mm.
No, you've just attracted this person, and this person here probably would have used you for the material benefit and left, not to fulfill you from a
Mm.
soul perspective, because such a person realized that you would have sucked his or her soul out. So you
Mm.
attract what you are. Therefore, it's so important to build yourself. Building yourself doesn't mean building yourself or
Mhm.
how you think it is. It means dissolving the ego. In the dissolution of the ego or the falsified self, this is the building. The building is not building anything on top of it. It just means dissolving the ego. The ego is thinking like this. There is some person made for me somewhere. No, there's nobody made for you and I. You and I are here based on our own karmic reverberation from past previous lives. We are here to karmically evolve or evolve through karmic processes, which is called life.
Mm-hmm.
Life is just an experience. So we are experiencing everything as we can. How we experience it is determined based on how our pineal gland is functioning. If our pineal gland is less stimulated, then the ego is a consequence of this. If the pineal
Mm.
gland is active, it's stimulated, then this is heightened awareness. Heightened awareness will talk like this. There is no one specially made for me. Heightened awareness speaks like this: I am for everybody. There is no I.
Mm.
Life is just life. Life needs to experience its full potential. So is there somebody made for you? No, there's nobody made for you. You and the actual person you with, you decide where you want to take the relationship based on how you want to be. You think that
Mm.
if you be a low vibrational person, that other person is going to commit to you and go somewhere. No, they would never. Most people don't want to commit to chaos. Most people want to commit to peace. Why would commitment happen in chaos? It never lasts.
It's true.
But how would you know you're in chaos? Most people, if you're sitting in a pool, you never know you're wet. Only when you come out of the pool, you realize you're wet. So most people don't even know they're in chaos. Even if they do know, people have told them. They're so ignorant that they're unable to get out of the pool.
Mm.
When you go to Sri Sati, in most cases, when you undergo Sri Sati, you start to realize, you know what, I'm actually the problem. But what do you do with this knowing? Most people, after knowing this, they do nothing about it and they end up in the same mess. You see, because people have been conditioned this way. I am the best employee. I am the best driver. I am the best partner. Nobody can love as much as I. Ask everybody. They'll tell you this. They'll tell you with their own mouth. I love very hard. If everybody is loving hard, how come nobody is happy in the relationship? I'm the
It's
most
true.
giving person. If everybody is giving, how come you're not happy? Giving is happiness. The consequence of happiness is giving. But when there's no happiness, it means you're giving and expecting something. You
Mm.
see, so we're going on to a different topic. But it all ties into the same thing, that the ego is at play, the falsified self. There is somebody for me. Why? Because me, I am praying to God. God must give me ego. It doesn't work. The universe never gives you what you are. The universe gives you what you never gives you what you want. The universe gives you what you are. At the moment,
Mm.
this realization the moment a person is realizing this truth and understands and accepts this truth, such a person will always be happy with or without anybody. Jai Shri Ram. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope it answers your question. And dear
Thank
listeners,
you.
this is something that you gotta play at least once every 2 or 3 days. Let it ring in your head. Why? Because when this is ringing in your head, then comes that urgency to dissolve the ego. The ego is your worst nightmare. Every man suffers because of the ego. It's only the ego. It's only the ego of man that brings him down. Thank you very much. God bless you. Jai Shri Ram. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you, Abhi.
Bye.
Bye bye.